Hi, everybody. It's January 6th, and this is my first message to you all on the new year. Welcome to 2026. I have a lot of news on the condo remodel project. I'm going to lay it out in this video. But as you can see with the notices that are sent out, the weekly plan comes out from Charter Construction, and then the weekly things done comes out from Charter Construction. So if you want a micro view on every little thing that's been done, those are very thorough and they come to everybody. I'm going to basically talk about that project. I'm going to look up because I got notes, so I'll look up and down. Uh, Item number one, the budget is on budget. We are not spending more than what was planned. A little bit less, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We are done with the take it apart. We're into the put it back together. I'm going to send a picture or two. We have siding going up. Uh, so we are on budget and we are on time. This job should be done at the end of February. So we are less than 2 months away from having everything done. Uh, there's full steam effort going on the back decks now. I was just walking around the property, taking a look at it. The first sliding glass doors should be in at the end of next week. They're going to start with my unit for a three panel. They're going to start with one other unit for a two panel, and they're going to do what's called a mock-up. They'll put it in, but the engineering will be looking at every step of the process and they'll approve and sign off on the final thing. And once that one window is all set to go, they'll go ahead and use that for all the rest of them. Right now, they're doing what's called flashing, and it's unbelievable the quality, the level of work that's going on back there. It's going to be sealed up. You could turn a fire hose on it, and water should not get into this condo building for a long, long time. So I said I'm going to send you a picture of the siding. The entire north end is done. That's good. All of the vent pipes, they were a nightmare. They're all being redone as I speak. I was just walking down to the storage room and back, and there's a couple of guys that are going through and making sure all those are ready to go, because once those are done, they put the soffit, they put the ceiling on the walkways, and that gets us a little bit further there. Um, we added a small roof over the record room. We just hadn't accounted for it. They went to sort of flash the siding on there and said, there's two layers of shingles and they're turning to dust in our hands. So that was a small cost, but it was within the scope. We have what's called a contingency. Things come up, you dip into that, the board approves it, and we're going to go ahead and have to re-roof that and one or two other small roofs that kind of got overlooked in the beginning. But at any rate, we're on budget, not a problem, and those will be new as well. Um, the parking lot, pebble in my shoe. Weather. I mean, you can't seal a parking lot in the pouring rain in these temperatures, but it is going to be resurfaced. It is sealed. I want to make that point clear. This parking deck is sealed. There is no water leaking through it. We're downstairs. We're inspecting pretty much every rainstorm. I walk around. Richard, the charter foreman, walks around, and we look, is there any water coming in? Is there any water coming in? So we double checked that. Sorry, I had a computer glitch. Let's see. As soon as weather permits, we'll figure out how we're going to shot. It's called a shot blast. They just got to put a rougher surface on there. In the meantime, it's still a little bit slippery out there. If you visit the condo, and many of you did over the long weekend, it was good to see some familiar faces over the New Year's weekend. Just be careful getting in and out of your car. And of course, try to stay away from the construction vehicles, and be prepared to move your car if you need to, so they can get around. At any rate, so the parking lot is happening. Um, the in the basement, the fence posts, the fencing. Um, there's one support that has a metal girdle around it. They're going to take that metal off and see what's under it. But a blueprint's being done on that. There should be work going on that next week. But we need to get that approved by engineering and all that stuff. But the fence guy is about ready to go. Um, I have two other items here that I want to run by you. Try to keep this short. We have some surplus 6 by 10 inch beams. They're coming off the back. So that West Side decks, by the way, no update on the litigation with that. Now that the first of the year's come and gone, I'm going to ask the lawyer what the next deadline is. Pretty much we're keeping the ball in their court. They need anything from us, they get it. The contractors and the subcontractors have their own insurance companies. There's a lot of insurance companies involved, but it is progressing. But in the meantime, Back there on the ground level, there were these 6 by 10 inch beams that were holding up all those first decks, or helping to hold all those up. They've all come off. There are new cement footings that have been poured. The cement is in. The blocks that are going to hold those beams up are in, and they're putting in new beams, but the old ones are going to be lying around. And we have, I don't want to say hundreds, but the almost the entire length of the condo building, those first floor decks had these 6 by 10 inch beams underneath them. They're putting them in a pile. They are considered surplus. They will dispose of them if they're not reused. And I'm making every effort to get those reused, and that includes offering them to any owner. You know anybody, or if you want a large hunk of 6 by 10 inch timber with some soft spots here and there, some nails, a few wires, but generally pretty good shape. You know any big woodworking type people? Let me know. Text me, go through me, please. I'm kind of coordinating a surplus disposal. I've let a few things out the door already. And this one, I definitely want members to be aware that there's, surplus lumber coming off the building that's available to you. The last thing is, personally, I'm going on medical leave tomorrow, going for a procedure over in Salem. Thursday morning, should be back Friday, should be able to see straight by maybe the end of next week. We'll see, but I'll be recovering at home. Randy knows how to get a hold of me, and we'll keep an eye on stuff. Needy Rhodes, this means Vice Chair, you're in charge. When I go, I'm gonna, we're gonna sign over the presidency when they put me under anesthesia, and she'll be temporary president of the association. I'm sure she's thrilled, and we'll keep things rocking and rolling. Um, the other thing said is this project's going to be done. We're going to have a heck of a meeting, an all condo, annual membership meeting in the spring, and we're going to celebrate the fact that this thing is done, and kind of parade it around and take a look at it, and do a round of rah-rahs, as well as, set some business for next year. We need to take a look at our bylaws, and they're being looked at with a committee. We have a landscape committee in place. I mean, finishing touches, final painting, the final, landscaping stuff. That's all going to be coming pretty quickly in February. So we're starting to look into that. And if you're interested in being a contributor to the community, giving some service to the condo community, reach right out. We're more than glad to have you on board. We're a pretty fun group of people to work with. So at any rate, that's my update for now. I will catch you at the next meeting, at the next regularly scheduled monthly condo meeting, where we cover all business. All right. Take care, and Happy New Year to everyone.